So you know when you really get into an artist, you really start to really enjoy their music, and just one copy of each album generally sometimes isn't enough. You really feel like you have to dive even more into their career. That's really how I kind of felt with Peter Gabriel. So hello and welcome back to another video, guys. Now in today we're going to be going over my entire Peter Gabriel vinyl collection. Now if you guys can tell behind me, there's like all my records falling over here. There's like this huge gap. And let's stand them up that way. And yeah, Pete Gabriel only has 7 proper studio albums. So how do I have such a massive gap of records? Well, it's because with Peter Gabriel, I absolutely love the guy. I went crazy and I bought pretty much everything you can buy. So then with Peter Gabriel, I have all 7 albums here on vinyl. I have all the soundtracks. I have all the reissues. I have the compilations and the other bits and bobs he's done, like New Blood and the Big Blue Ball. So for those of you who want to get to know Peter Gabriel, I generally do have everything that has been released from him on vinyl. And the only thing that hasn't been released, of course, is OVO. I'm not sure whether you're supposed to say OVO or OVO. But that is the only thing which hasn't been released on vinyl from Peter Gabriel. So that is the only thing which I don't own from him here. But other than that, I do own everything from him on vinyl now. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. So it's going to be an interesting video. Anyway, before we get started, I'm going to have a quick drink. I just got a Lucozade with me today. So let me have a sip of this. That's nice. Okay, now these records want to fall down. There we go. So anyway, yeah, these are not in... They're in a bit of a random order, really. I got albums. Then what have I got? I got albums. The other kind of album things that he's done, like New Blood and whatnot. Soundtracks. And then I've got the reissues. So they're not in chronological order of release here. Well, most of them are, but they're in a bit of a funny order, like I put the soundtracks separate and whatnot, and I'll explain why when we get to it later on in the video. But anyway, of course, let's start off here with his debut album, Peter Gabriel, which of course is nicknamed Rain or Car, whatever you prefer. I have actually reviewed this album in depth, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to it in the description, just down there. And yeah, I really love this album. It's a really good album. The production on it isn't very good, but other than that, it's a lot of fun. You've got Salisbury Hill, which is great. Excuse Me, I actually really like it. Slow Burn's good. Here Comes the Flood is great. And also, I don't know if you can tell, but this copy is actually in shrink. So yeah, really nice there. I don't want to put the record up against my window today, because that's normally where I put them when I'm sitting here. But it's so hot out today. The sun might warp it, so I'm not going to do it. I'll put it down there today. And then here, of course, I have the second album by Mr. Gabriel, which of course is nicknamed Scratch. And again, another really good album. This one's got DIY, which is, I love that track. That's fantastic. Home Sweet Home, pretty good one as well. So yeah, it's a good one. I like this album. There's that one. Next one up, I'd probably say an improvement over Scratch, because Scratch is probably my least favourite of the first 4, I can't lie. We got Melt, which is, yeah, really cool, because it's got Games Without Frontiers, which I love. That's one of my favourite songs by him. And what else we got? And Through the Wire, that one's good. Bike with the closing track's pretty good as well. So yeah, that's another really good album there. And then, of course, the last of the self-titled albums, we have Peter Gabriel 4. And I'm not sure what, I think people just literally call this one 4. I'm not 100% sure. I have nicknamed this one myself Batman. It kind of looks like Batman's head kind of like popping up. So yeah, but anyway, I have absolutely zero idea what the cover's actually all about. But anyway, this one's got Rhythm of the Heat, Shock the Monkey, Kiss of Life. This is a really good album, this one. This is solid material here. So yeah, really good. Maybe my favourite of the first 4 albums, but I have a real soft spot for that first album. And Melt as well. I really like Melt. So anyway, have another quick drink. Okay. So then before we move on to the next album, this was the first Peter Gabriel record I ever bought. and that is including Genesis stuff. I mean, I think I had some of the Phil Genesis stuff, but I didn't own any of the Peter Genesis stuff. This was actually my first Peter Gabriel related item in my record collection, and that's Peter Gabriel Plays Live. And this is a good live album. I like it. He does a lot of cool stuff on here. You've got Room of the Heat, DIY, Salisbury Hill, Shot the Monkey. So yeah, this nice live album, double LP as well. So yeah, that's a good one. And then of course we entered the next stage of Peter Gabriel's career. Of course we had the 4 self-titled, and then we get So, Us and Up. And here of course is the first one, So. One of the most popular albums of all time, probably. This is actually going to be, maybe, I don't think it'll be the next album review I do, but probably the one after. So a full in-depth review of this is coming if you guys are interested. So make sure you check that out when it comes up. But yeah, I mean, this album is pretty much just full of hits. I mean, Red Rain's great, Sledgehammer's great, Don't Give Up is great, In Your Eyes is great, Big Time, possibly my favourite track on here. So this is just a fantastic album. I love it. Very 80s feeling. So if you're not a fan on the 80s, maybe not the best Peter album. And in my opinion, this is the best Peter Gabriel album here. Us. Now this is an original pressing. As you can see, it's not gatefold, it's very thin. Yeah, so this is really cool. If you, as I say, to people who want to check Peter Gabriel out, this is his best album. The original vinyl was hard to find, but they have just reissued it, so it's affordable. It's a triple LP, the new one now. So, it is a bit expensive. It's about £20, you know, but it's a triple vinyl. You get loads on it, and the sound quality is amazing. But, anyway, we'll get to that, because I do have the represses to talk about. But anyway, this album here is just fantastic. My favourite track on here is probably Blood of Eden. Love that one. Digging in the Dirt is good. Kiss That Frog is great as well. I love that one. But I'd say Blood of Eden, my favourite on this one. And this is also the first album where Peter started this colour thing on the side of his records, which is pretty cool. This is a double LP. Both got their picture sleeve inside. Yeah, that's the label. So yeah, very lucky to have this one. I ordered this one from Spain, I think it was. I'm not sure if it was made in Spain. Doesn't say, probably says on the record, so I'll have to pull the record back out. But I got this in Spain and it was dirt cheap out there, so I thought, yeah, I'll just order it from there and be patient on the postage. But it might be a Spanish pressing, but I don't think so. Can't see where it says. United copyright, blah, 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 blah. It does not say where it was made. That is strange. Okay, fair enough, no big deal, doesn't matter. Very nice pressing. It's not a Russian copy or anything like that, where it's, you know, just all made for the black market. It's a very nice copy, a very nice pressing. The record sounds fantastic, so I would probably say it's a UK press or a German press or something like that. But yeah, that was very cool. It's bugging me now. Oh, God, put it down. Oh, no, it is an English pressing. It's an English pressing. It says it down there. There we go. But, yeah, I did buy that one all the way from Spain. But as I say, it was dirt cheap out there. But anyway, this record is worth a lot. This is incredibly rare. This goes for about maybe 100 at the minimum. And I don't normally like to share prices, but I will tell you guys how much I paid for this. It was a first-time seller on Amazon, so I was very nervous when I bought it. But he was selling it for £30, and I thought, he's probably selling it cheap because he's desperate for good feedback. So I thought, you know what, I'll buy it. I'll take a risk. £30 for an original pressing of Up. This might be one of the rarest... No, it is definitely one of the rarest records in my collection. Definitely top 5. But yeah, you can tell it's original straight away from the sticker there. And of course the fact that there's only 4 sides to it, not 5. Because the repress has 5 with an etching on the 6th. And there's the spine, where he's also continued the colour theme. The gatefold. And the records are in these very nice clear bags. So yeah, and then of course you get a little book with this one. The book, it's not really much to the book. What's this all about? Oh, this is the classic Peter Gabriel series line. And then here you can get something. Win a free classic record test pressing. Ooh, might be a little bit late, but considering this was, what, 99 I think this album came out. But yeah, you get loads of little pictures in there and stuff. Some cool things. It's very weird, like Joker-esque picture. But yeah, it's interesting. It's nice that they chucked it in. It makes you feel like you're getting your money's worth, which is nice, because this album is not cheap. So, yeah. And how do I feel about this album? It's Peter's weakest album, probably. I mean, I don't know, you get a lot on here. It's a very well produced album, and it sounds fantastic. And when I heard it on vinyl, I did gain respect for it, actually. I like Growing Up's good. I Grieve is a good one. I like I Grieve. Yeah, the opening track, Darkness, though, is one of the weirdest Gabriel songs I've ever heard. I remember when I first heard this album, I was just a bit like, wow, I don't think I'm going to like this. But you get past the first track, and the first track isn't that bad, really. But, as I say, you know, it's not a bad album. It's still pretty fun. And then here we get, this is when we hit the other Peter Gabriel albums. They're not official Gabriel albums, I don't think, but anyway. Here we get Big Blue Ball, which is pretty cool. This is a limited 1,000, there's only 1,000 of this pressing made. I got a number 168, so pretty good thing. See, limited edition. It's because this one here is on blue vinyl. You get a whole bunch of other artists on this record as well. Still carrying on with the colour theme as well. So yeah, let's have a look. It's the gatefold. Yeah, so who else is on this one? I forget who else is on this. I got a feeling Kate Bush is, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Peter Gabriel. We got vocals. I don't know her. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Sinead O'Connor's on here. It doesn't mean much for me, but it will for some people. Yeah, I don't think Kate Bush is on here. I think I was wrong, but yeah, that's interesting. I really need to go over that, really. Anyway, you get a little leaflet book thing in here, but I won't pull that out. But yes, it is on a very nice, very pretty blue vinyl, which is really nice. I like it a lot. So yeah, Big Blue Ball. Not best efforts there for an album, but it's pretty good. It's not that bad. I quite enjoy it from time to time. So, and I had a lot of trouble getting this one. I don't know if many of you remember this in my vinyl update, but the first time I bought this, a black pressing came, and it was the only one in the UK. So I had to send it back and then hunt down a blue one outside the UK. And I think this came all the way from America. I had to be a bit patient on it, because I think the blue pressings were American, Canadians only. I don't think you could get it in Europe. But anyway, I love Peter Gabriel so much, I wanted to get the cool copy. So I got the cool copy. And then this is the album which I had a lot of trouble with, because this one is not in print now. Amazon have stopped stocking it. When I first got into Peter Gabriel, it was on Amazon for like £20. By the time I got really serious into collecting Peter Gabriel records, it shot up to like £50. And it is now going for about 80, nearly 100. So this one's gotten really hard to find as well. But I was lucky, I was patient, I waited for a cheaper copy to pop up, and I got it. And that's New Blood, which I love. It's fantastic. It's very fun. It's Gabriel redoing all these old songs, but not like Jeff Lynne, where Jeff Lynne just pretty much redone them note for note. They're orchestrated, slow, different versions, and they sound incredible. Very fun, very unique. Kept the colour code thing on the side. So there's the tracks. And you're probably thinking, well, where the bloody hell is Salisbury Hill? Where is it? Well, Salisbury Hill comes with a little bonus 7-inch. And the 7-inch is very cool because it's pretty. It's on a little picture disc, which is really nice, I think. So yeah, we'll slide that one back in. Yeah, I can't remember what else you get with this one. It's very thick. You get original black sleeves in there, The records are on nice lined sleeves. And I had a feeling you got maybe a download code or something else in there, but I can't remember. But yeah, and there's also artwork on the inside. And here is the gatefold, which is, apart from this, but the other side, utterly rubbish. Could have put a picture of Gabriel or something there, but... No, oh, there is a download code in here. I thought I heard something rattling about in there. Well, there's something in there anyway. If I can get it out. So, okay, we do have a download code on here. What I'm going to do is, it might be a bit late, I don't know. But anyway, I do actually own this on CD, so I don't need the download code. There we go. If someone can still redeem this, have some fun with it. It's a good album, you'll enjoy it. Okay. So that's New Blood out the way. I just want to make sure I'm not getting nothing caught in the gatefold, because it's such a thick album. There's so much in here. It's really one of the thickest records I own. Okay. I quite like the cover as well. I mean, it doesn't really mean much to me, but I quite like it. Then we get this, and this is the only bad thing Gabriel's done, in my opinion. Scratch My Back. Now, this actually came out before New Blood, but this is the double pressing, which came out after New Blood, which was in 2010, I believe, something like that. No, 2013. Or the vinyl was put out then, at least. So anyway, I've gone over this album before. Scratch My Back is when Peter Gabriel covers some of his favourite songs. And then I'll Scratch Yours is when those artists, or some of those artists, then return the favour on the second vinyl. And it's a music on vinyl pressing. So anyway, I'll hold this up here. You guys can read. These are the songs which Gabriel does, and these are the songs which the other artists do, and then the artist name in blue next to it. So, you know, the popular ones on here, you've got, who we got? We got Elbow, Brian Eno, Lou Reed, Paul Simon. So yeah, there's a few good ones on there, but I didn't like Peter Gabriel's side. And then when I gave the other side a listen of the other artist doing his song, again with the colour theme, the other side wasn't much better. It was better, I will say, but it wasn't much better. Yep. And you get nice picture sleeves in here. Yeah, there's not really much to it. There's the man. There he is. So, yeah, this is the only thing from Gabriel which I really didn't like. Thank God I didn't actually pay that much for this one, because this album is still actually regularly available, and I'm surprised this one is and New Blood isn't, because New Blood is far superior. Okay. Here we are. And now we're on to the soundtracks. And how many soundtracks? Well, I only got 2 soundtracks. First one up is Passion, of course, a Martin Scorsese film, and I love Martin Scorsese. The film itself... you know, The Last Temptation of Christ is a religious film. I don't really know too much about it. It's not Martin Scorsese's best film, I know that much. But Martin Scorsese is amazing. So it's nice that one of my favourite musicians is working with one of my favourite directors. So that's really cool. Again, colour theme on the side. I love that because it stands out so much on the shelf. There's a track listing. Still in shrink. I don't know if you guys can tell. Still got the sticker on. So yeah, that was nice. And then here we've got Birdie, which is a pretty common one from the 80s. So yeah, not much to that one. And then here we've got the only compilation from Gabriel that's out on vinyl. I expect there'll be another one at some point. Maybe when he passes on or something. But only compilation so far from Gabriel on vinyl. And that's Shaking the Tree. It's still worth getting. This album came out in 1990, so it's a little bit tricky to find, but it's worth getting because you get one new track on here, Shaking the Tree. Other than that, all the rest are just common Peter Gabriel hits. And now we are on to the reissues. So I have all of the 7 albums here on remastered vinyl. So the first one up, of course, is Car Rain. And all of these individually numbered. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got a really good number there. I got 259. A pretty good number. And then here is Scratch. Can't see the number because this cardboard thing on the back. And then I know all my numbers from here on aren't very good, I don't think. Melt, where I got 3,438. And number 4, where I got 4,608. That one's a little bit high. And then So, where I got 7,967. This was very popular reissue here, because Amazon actually lost stock on this one. And then here, I will actually take these ones out and show you guys, because these have got etchings. Here's Us, and I got 4,393. Have a look at the etchings. Oh, very, very thick records here. So you can definitely tell the original from the reissue on Us and Up. And So, of course. So they've actually replicated the label. But, there we are. Not a great etching. Not a great etching. You look at Robert Plant's new albums, like Lullaby and the Ceaseless Roar or Band of Joy. And they have etchings. And they put Peter Gabriel's etchings to shame, really. Anyway, the good thing is, I don't normally like taking records out of shrink, because they just look more new in the shrink. And I do take them out when it's needed, but you think, surely you'd need to take them out in when it's a triple vinyl set. The shrink is so light, it's not tight at all, so that's another cool thing about it. They haven't made the shrink on these records really tight, so worry about that, especially when you're buying them after they've been out a year. You know, they've been sitting in storage for a year and it's really tight shrink. Peter Gabriel ones are fine. Then on Up, I got the number 4,527. And the etching on this one is a little bit better. It's a little bit better, but it's, again, not great. I think he missed the mark with the etchings here. He could have done a better job, that's for sure. You also get a little replica of the little Up book in here as well. So when you do buy this, it really does look like the original, just you got 3 vinyls instead of 2. And this etching on the last side. There. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Gabriel video. Whew, we're done. We've done it. We've gone over all the Gabriel vinyl. Now, I really am not the biggest expert on Gabriel yet, I can't lie. But I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing all of the vinyls which have been made available. If you want to see more information on Peter Gabriel, I recommend you head over to Vinyl Collector James's video on him, because he had them in the actual chronological release order, whereas I did to a certain extent, but I didn't have them all in chronological order, including soundtracks. But anyway, I'm just happy to finally come on here and show my collection, because Peter Gabriel is one of my favourite artists. He's definitely one of the most intelligent and unique artists. And really, apart from that scratch my back, I would say he has done no wrong. So yeah, Peter Gabriel. Vinyl collection done. Okay, so next up I've been really into my album reviews lately, so there should be a couple more album reviews coming lately. After destroying Fleetwood Mac's Behind the Mask, I'm going to come back with a bit of a positive one next. I'm going to be doing an album that was recommended for me to review, Queen, A Night at the Opera, and then following that I will be doing Peter Gabriel's So, and then I've got a couple other requests in. I've got Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Waters, and Jeff Lynne's Armchair Theatre. So them two will be coming as well, and of course I want to keep going with a few other series that I've got going. So I want to be doing my next Paul McCartney review. The next album up is Wildlife, and next Phil Collins one, of course, which is next album up from him for me to talk about, is No Jacket Required. And also I want to talk about some newer artists on my album ranking board, and I've really been into Joe Bonamassa lately, so maybe some Joe Bonamassa reviews as well. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've had a good time talking about one of my most favourite Peter Gabriel records. Now I've got to put them all away. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a message, and I will see you guys next time.
If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontier.